So in this thing here, we've got unbelievable cutting-edge technology.
No one did build something like this.
Everybody has been working so hard.
The first ever test firing of this German innovation.
Now we are at the Scotstoun Airport in the Shetland Islands.
And we are very near to the future launch site of Scottish Space Centre.
So our site here is the most northern location in the United Kingdom, and one of its USPs is it's by far the best location for launching into polar orbit. A lot of the infrastructure is there, it's tired and it's old, but because it's here already, it makes it easier for us to build the launch pad and support infrastructure. And for the last 2 years, we've been working to the point where we are today, where HyImpulse are on Shetland, getting ready to do an engine run, with a view to HyImpulse setting up a permanent facility here on Shetland. We're going to build our integration shed to support HyImpulse just there.
That far on the northern hemisphere, Shetland is a pretty good place to launch into polar orbits.
There is no better spot in Scotland and the United Kingdom to launch from.
As a child, I've always been interested in space. I've always dreamt that I would be sitting in one of these control rooms for operating rockets or satellites, and this is a dream come true for me.
So HyImpulse is really interesting. Essentially, this engine here is a hybrid between a solid fuel rocket and a liquid rocket.
The performance of the engine, you can compare it with solid rocket engines, and you can even compare it with liquid rocket engines.
And now we are doing the second round of testing to qualify our motor for the first launch that we plan end of the year.
So first of all, we have to set up our own test bench here.
You need to build all the pipes and the structures able to maintain and keep this pressure and not breaking.
Like minus 180 degrees with almost 100 bars, so everybody should be aware of what they are doing.
It will have about 75 kilonewton of thrust.
The test will run for 30 seconds, so the engine will be fired for 30 seconds. 2 weeks of hard work for 30 seconds of test.
It goes from the center to the outside. Can somebody tells me the adjustable range?
Hybrid engines in this scale that fast, I think, is this is on the edge.
We can do a lot of theory, we can do testing at a small scale, but you never really know how it will be at the real scale.
The benefit of this system was clearly shown here in this first campaign in Shetland.
When you look at this crew who are putting this together, the founders are still in their 30s and they've managed to achieve this.
We could show here successfully that our hybrid rocket motor can generate very high performances in the tests.
The important point is as we move from the oil and gas industry, we have to find something which is really interesting and really exciting.
So space is the next logical step, whereby our geography can help position the Shetland Islands in the space economy.
The next 10 years is going to be really that sort of golden age of space.
And our friends and colleagues here in HyImpulse are leading that charge.
Perfect place to test rocket engines.
The world is actually in quite good hands. There's a lot of very clever people who are really inspired about looking after our planet and about doing really smart things like this.
I can tell you that the people in Shetland are very excited.
This is all what New Space is about. It's about new ideas.